In the last few videos, we've looked at how to use Metaball as an instance on geometry nodes. This time, I would like to mix some of the last few tutorials. We'll use Metaball as an instance and control it through a curve object. The result of this video is as follows. Let's divide it into two main parts. The part where the metaball moves in place. This part where metaballs move along the curve. First, let's look at this effect. Select the default cube object and click the Geometry Nodes tab. Add an icosphere. To place a metal object as an instance in each vertex of the icosphere, add an instance on points node. To recognize the metal object as an instance, add a metal object and drag and drop it into the Geometry Nodes window. After selecting the metal object first, pressing the Command key, selecting the cube object to which the Geometry Node is applied. Press Ctrl P to configure the parent-child relationship between the two objects. When you select the vertices on the Instance tab of the cube object, the metaball object is recognized as an instance. Add a set position node for fluctuating motion. When you add a noise texture node and connect it to the position socket, we can see the fluctuating motion. To amplify the size of the motion, add a vector math node and change it to scale and increase the number. Add one more vector math to make the motion occur at the original center point. Do subtract 0.5. If we add a value node and connect it to the scale value of the noise texture node, the movement is made. For animation, type #frame divide 70 in the value input field. Connect the random value node to the scale socket to change the uniform size. This is the end of the motion that moves in place. Select all and press Command J to group frames. Next is the metaballs that move along the curve. Add a curve node. Add an instance on points node to place the metal object on the curve. Connect the metal object to the instance socket. Add the resample curve node to increase the number of metaballs on the curve. To intuitively adjust the shape of the curve, add a set position node. To match the graph shape of the float curve with the shape of the curve, add a curve parameter node, a float curve node, combine XYZ, and a separate XYZ node. Although somewhat similar, we added vector math nodes to match the shape of the graph and curve. Adjust the value to make the shape more similar to the scale value. Now we can intuitively control the shape of the curve. Now add a set position node to implement the filling of the metaball flowing. Add a sample curve node and connect the random value node to the factor socket. We can add a math node in the middle to give the metaball instances a feeling of movement. Copy the math node for continuous movement and switch to fraction mode. Similarly, Add a random value node to change the size of the Metaball instance. It changes the graph shape of the float curve and allows free expression. In this way, I organized it like this. If we could apply a Metaball object to a curve object as an instance, it would be more intuitive. Application of a Metaball object as an instance to a curve object does not seem to be supported yet. That's it for this video. Thank you for your time.